Today we're going to be doing a test tasting of different gut healthy drinks, and here I have my wife Hannah with me, who's going to be helping me come to a conclusion on what drinks we think taste the best. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Before we go any further, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It really helps out the algorithm. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and test taste a couple of these drinks. Alright, since we have a guest for once on this channel, we're going to go ahead and let Hannah pick the first drink. Hannah, what are we going with?
This one. The Cove Probiotic Soda flavor Ice Pop.
Alright, there it is. So we're going to go ahead and just pour this into cups. And basically the way this is going to work is we're going to rate it 1 through 10 on a piece of paper and reveal it to the camera as soon as we're done. So let's go ahead and give this a shot.
I'm actually really excited.
I'm going to be 100% honest. This is the first time I think I've ever poured one of these drinks into a cup. It's kind of weird seeing that it doesn't actually have like a color. It just has like a weird pigment of like clear liquid. Anyways, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Cheers. Alright, let's give it a rating. We're going 1 to 10. 5 is like average, like base level, mid tier. It's just a drink.
Delivery.
Get out of here. Alright, we're gonna reveal in 3, 2, 1. Would you give it 4?
4? Did you do 4?
Oh my goodness, we both did 4. I'm gonna be honest, that was so disappointing. I was actually looking forward to this one.
Yeah, same.
And it's like kind of flat and kind of
sour.
just boring. Yeah, it's a little sour on the back end. It's just not that good. It's kind of like missing any real flavor to it, in my opinion. It just felt like watered down soda, essentially. It's not for me, personally.
Like a sour sparkling water.
Yeah, but like with no real flavor. Now that we're done with that one, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the second one, and we're gonna go with this guy right here. This is a black cherry flavor. I'm a big black cherry guy. Culture Pop Soda. We're gonna go ahead and see how it pans out. Now I will give Culture Pop a little bit of credit. They did actually have a pigment to this one, and it matches black cherry. It's kind of like red, but like a darker color. So we're gonna go ahead and give this one a shot. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Would you give it 3?
3.
Oh my goodness, back to back. Yeah, that was worse. Like,
Yeah.
100% worse. That was actually more watered down and less flavorful than the one before, but somehow more sour. And it's 45 calories to 5. So if I'm given the choice, I'm taking this one 1,000% over this one.
Yeah.
And again, I like black cherry, so that coming from me actually means something. A lot of people don't like that flavor. That was garbage. So not a buy in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Let me know if you've tried this before down in the comments below, because that was horrible. All right, the first two have been super disappointing. This time we're gonna go back to Hannah and let her pick the next flavor. Hannah, what do we got?
We are going to do Popwell Orange Cream.
All right. I will say this one does have caffeine in it, so that is something to note, and it's about 35 calories. I'm not a big orange cream person, so we'll see how this goes.
Whoa.
Again, I gotta give them props. They do have a little bit of color in this one. Kind of a nice little touch. I appreciate the attention to detail. With that said, let's go ahead and give it a try. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. What is it, 6?
6?
Yes, we both did 6s again. All right, here's my take on this, and Hannah, you can tell me if it's different. This actually tastes like an orange cream soda, like
Yeah.
exactly like one. I'm not a huge orange cream person, but it's pretty well flavored and it's not super over the top. Like that cream flavor doesn't come through too aggressively. It's more like orange-ish, which I personally like better. even though it's 35 calories. So that's kind of my take. Hannah, what do you got?
That's the same. This one's actually made by Sparkling Ice too, which is really cool. So they have more than just that product.
Yeah. So overall, I think that's a win. 6 out of 10 is like slightly above average, you know? If you're looking at like cola being the middle ground, this kind of slightly beats it. Okay, so we're on to the second to last flavor. It's gonna be this Spindrift, and this is a strawberry shortcake. I feel like this is the most unique flavor that we've had so far. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you crack a lid. Again, a nice little color here. It's like a peach color. This only has about 32 calories, which is pretty precise. Makes me think that they're not really like manipulating the calorie count, which is a little bit surprising for most companies. So with that said, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Three, two, one. I gave it a -8.
I gave it a 0.
That was terrible. That was seriously disgusting. It's like sour, flavorless, and not for me. By the way, we are rinsing out these cups beforehand, so there is no like lingering flavors from the soda before. That was bad. I would never buy that again. I don't recommend it. No. It doesn't taste good.
Don't try that at home.
All right, let's move on to the next flavor. All right, we're on to the final flavor, and this is just gonna be the grape Poppi. Full disclosure, I have had this before and I enjoy it, but it'll be interesting to see how this compares side by side with all of these other drinks. Oh. Again, I've never actually poured these into a glass, so I'm kind of surprised to see that there's like a real color to this.
It looks like grape juice.
It's super dark, yeah. This flavor does have 25 calories to it, so it's kind of in the middle ground of the rest of the flavors here. So we're gonna go ahead and just give it a shot, see how it goes. I'm gonna show in 3, 2, 1. I got an 8.
Same! Can you tell we're married?
Yeah. Big chemistry. So in my opinion, this is one of the better flavors. Compared to all of these other ones, I think that kind of influenced the way it was graded a little bit. Making it an 8, it actually tastes like a grape soda in my opinion, and that's why in my opinion again, the Poppi is always going to be top tier. Any takes?
The one thing, I know I gave it an 8, but the one thing is it does taste like apple cider vinegar a lot more than like the Pop Well one. That would be the only difference, or the downside, I would say.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I think this flavor, for me personally, it doesn't come through as aggressively. Some of the other flavors, you can definitely taste the apple cider vinegar. So with that said, Hannah, which ones would you try again and which ones are a no-go for you?
I would definitely give the Pop Well a try with that flavor, and then any other ones that they might have. Definitely Poppi. And I would maybe even consider this Cove brand, maybe just a different flavor. Spindrift is a no from me. Same with Culture Pop.
And I think for me personally, I'm gonna go Poppi, obviously the highest graded. And this one right here, it's the Pop Well. I think that's probably the second best. And I'd be interested to try other flavors on this because that came out really well. The other three are honestly a no-go for me. If I'm in a pinch and I have to pick between one of these three, I'm probably gonna go right here, only because it has lower calories. So the fact that it is a little bit more watered down, I can get past just because the calorie count is lower. But overall, we might have graded this one a little bit harsher just because that was the first one and it didn't add up. These two just weren't for me. I'm not about it. I didn't think they tasted good. And I think maybe if I had to regrade this, I'd probably put this at like a 5. Only one tier above, but the difference being these were so bad that like it actually makes up for how bland this one ended up being. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe like I mentioned before. If you've tried any of these and you have a different take, let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what you all have to say. And of course, until next time, keep it together.